Hey everyone, so today is back to school for my daughter. She started 4th grade and this week has kind of been a little bit hectic. Last week I didn't post at all, so I apologize. I know I'm apologizing, but you guys are probably like, we don't really care. Last week was just hectic trying to get back to school supplies, but getting her room together. 9-year-olds can really tear up a room fairly quickly. Getting back in the routine of waking up early. You know, we haven't had to do that the entire summer, and now all of a sudden we're having to wake up at 7 o'clock. I say we, but I mean my daughter wakes up at 7, I wake up at 6, just so I can have like an extra some time to myself in the morning. I like to have my coffee. I like to wake up like organically and naturally, not like with hectic chaos going around. So I like to wake up at 6. Of course, everybody else wakes up around 7. And then that's when we start to get breakfast going, get dressed, brush teeth, all the fun stuff, and then head on out to school. I'm very surprised that here in Utah, school starts a lot later than it did before. Maybe because I grew up in California. I mean, it's 100% like different, right? When I was growing up, school was 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock. And in high school, per se, if you had like a 0 period, you were there at 7 o'clock. Your day started at 7 o'clock. I remember that I was so self-conscious myself in high school that I used to wake up at 6 in the morning to be able to get myself ready for my day that started at 8. 6 in the morning allowed me to wake up. I'd get my hair together, I'd straighten my hair. So I have super thick, wavy hair. It's changed a little bit over the years, but it was very hard to manage in high school as a teenage girl, trying to figure out what looks work versus what don't. So it took me a long time to figure out what I liked on myself and what I didn't. My self-esteem really played a big part in that because I was always being told that I was ugly, like in one way or another. I know that I addressed this in other videos as well, but it really did play a big part in my schooling, in my, adolescence, in growing up, even into adulthood. Currently, I see a counselor. If you can see a counselor once a week to just talk things out, to talk out your traumas, to talk out your, everything that you have pent up inside. Sometimes I'm surprised at the things that come to me in just a passing thought. Sometimes I forget about certain traumas that have happened to me because I pushed them so far down. And I just really recommend that if you can see a counselor as often as you can, please do it, because it really is life-changing. It really is. I've learned a lot about myself through that process. And I just want to really touch on that because I know that school is not everyone's shining moment. And with today being back to school day, I figured I'd talk to you guys about it. My daughter is 9 and she's already experienced some bullying, which is really unfortunate. I feel like that's way too young, but kids are very different. I feel like each generation, they're different. They evolve just like we do, as adults. Everything evolves. Like on the oldies channels now, they're playing NSYNC and Britney Spears versus like 80s music. So I'm still getting used to that. That's a very touchy subject for me, obviously, because I feel like I'm getting old. And on top of that, on top of feeling like I'm getting old, my bonus daughter, I don't like to use the word stepdaughter, so I'm gonna say bonus daughter, is in labor. She's having a baby. So not only am I coming to terms with the fact that yes, I'm in my 30s, I'm also gonna be a grandma here within the next day or so, I'm hoping. So with all that going on, I've just been kind of sitting here reflecting on everything that I've gone through and everything that I can add to being the best version of me, being the best mom, being the best grandma. I got the look down, I've got the glasses going and everything. I know that personally, my grandparents gave me the best childhood that I could have ever asked for. I had the best grandparents of all the wild and crazy things that I experienced as a child. My grandparents were the absolute best grandparents I could have ever asked for. And that was a huge blessing. And when I reflect on that, I think about how I want to be that blessing in my granddaughter's life, not 70 years old. Times are changing, and I hope that these YouTube videos are still out years from now, to see that her grandma had very good hair. It was very thick, and I hope it stays that way. Just to think that I will have, some influence on this brand new little life coming into the world has been very, humbling. I won't touch too much on that because I know that I will get emotional. Just with everything happening, back to school, I'm a grandma soon, I almost feel a little bit emotionally overwhelmed because it's all happening at the same time. It'd be different if they were happening at different times, but they're happening at the same time. So I'm kind of reflecting on myself as a parent and also what I want my legacy to be with my grandkids, because it's coming. It's coming fast. What I really want for my granddaughter is to have a life that's full of love and laughter. I mean, belly laughter. The kind of laughter that makes your stomach hurt. And I hope that we have a lot of those memories together. I hope that when she thinks of me, she gets this big smile on her face and she, has a bunch of stories. I remember when my grandma took me to do this and we did this and we did this. I hope that I am able to give my granddaughter that experience as she gets older. I also think, I really want my kids to have equal amazing childhood memories. And I'm just harping on it because it's just a very important thing. Most 32-year-olds have kids, but they're not necessarily having grandkids yet. And so I've kind of been deep in thought because I knew this day was coming, obviously, but I didn't know that it would be today. I think she wasn't due for another couple weeks. Babies come when they need to come, and I feel like anyone with kids understands that. I spoke about taking pictures with my cousins, and everybody's excited to get into the picture, and my cousins smile and they have beautiful straight teeth, and I smile, and my mom says, before she takes the picture, she goes, "Ooh, don't smile. You don't look good. Just don't." These things stick in my memory because you never forget how you feel when somebody just completely obliterates your feelings and the way that you feel about yourself. You never forget the way that you feel when people really make you feel terrible about yourself. I would never do the things that my mother did to me because I know firsthand how much comments and things like that can hurt. I know that I explained it on my very first video, but I don't show my kids on my channel because it's something that I hold very near and dear to me. I love to watch the Dad Challenge podcast. He talks about child exploitation and family vlog channels and everything. I'm not sure what my channel is. I'm not sure what my niche is, okay? I'm just gonna tell you right now because I'm fairly new to this. But I know that I'm not in the family vlog business. I don't want to have my kids on my channel just because that would give me really fast views and a lot of views and bring in a lot of subscribers, because kids do that. They do. They bring in a lot of adults that have these parasocial relationships with these kids online. You know, they're like, oh, I want to see, you know, your son or your daughter. I've seen on family vlog channels. If you look in the comments, you'll see there are some people that are like, oh, you know, your daughter's so beautiful, your son's so cute. Oh, you know, I want to see how your son reacts to this destination where you went here and where you went there. And there are these strangers essentially that are like attached to children that they don't know. And I feel like that's very dangerous. And watching the Dad Challenge podcast really opened my eyes to that, because before I didn't think twice about having kids on YouTube. I watched some of these channels and I thought it was just something that people did and it was fairly harmless, until I watched Dad Challenge podcast and I realized how dangerous it could be. With the emergence of AI, adult predators can take your child's image and do anything with it and sell it, and, you know, take pictures of your kids, screenshots of your kids in compromising positions unknowingly, and then go ahead and sell those to just creepy people. And I would never want to expose my kids to that. So that's why my kids are not on my channel. It's just me talking about whatever I'm dealing with or I'm going through. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay that my channel is probably organically gonna grow pretty slow, like everybody else's does. I'm not willing to sacrifice the safety and well-being of my kids just so that my channel can grow faster. There are so many family vlog channels that you'll see the kids in the thumbnails, and those creepy people that are looking for images of kids will go right to those videos. Or on YouTube shorts, they'll show their kids right away. The thing that I can't make any sense of is when people really capitalize on pregnancies and newborns and things like that. There's lots of money to be made with pregnancy vlogs and things like that. Personally, I've had 2 kids. I'm done having kids. I will not be doing pregnancy vlogs. I'm done. There's no question. There's no, oh, maybe in a year or 2. I'm 32. I'm not having any more kids. And I'm definitely not going to spend 6 months next to a toilet just so I could have some extra subscribers. That's nuts. So no, thank you. You know, there are so many kids that are just all over the internet, blasted from the moment that they're born. And to me, that's wild. Every time I see that, I will always comment. I will always comment every single time. Your kids do not need to be on the internet. Does everybody want to hear that? No, but it's true. Okay, let's be real. Your kids don't need to be blasted all over the internet, especially the moment that they're born and they have cameras in their face. They're 5 minutes old, you know? And these people are capitalizing on the birth of their child, and the child's like 5 minutes old and they're already on YouTube. Small children don't know the long-term effects of what putting them on YouTube as little kids will be down the road, whether it be bullying, whether it be, you know, other things. They don't know, because little kids live in the now. I just think the family vlogging industry, anyone that's willing to put their kids on camera, is in need of really looking inside of themselves and really doing a lot of self-reflection. There's no way with a good conscience I could ever put my kids on the internet and then go to sleep at night feeling like I 100% am doing everything that I can to protect my kids. And I always see these comments on these family vlog channels. Oh, you're such a good mom. These people that have their kids on their YouTube channels are not good parents. Feeding your children to predators before they hit the age of 10 just so you can have more views, more subscribers, feeding your children to these strangers does not make you a good parent at all. It's a very bad choice. It's a very dangerous choice. There have been people that are so mentally ill that travel across the United States because they think mentally they have a relationship with these children, your children that you're posting online, and they'll go and try to find them. They'll figure out what state they live in, what city they live in, what school they go to, what's their favorite color, what's their favorite food. I mean, the parents are blasting that all over the internet anyway. It's not exactly rocket science. I just feel really strongly about protecting my kids because that's not the kind of mother I am, and it would never feel right for me. YouTube is such a interesting place because there's a little bit of everything here, right? There's people that vlog their own selves. There's the Trisha Paytases of the internet where they don't need their kids to get all these views. And then there are family vloggers that do need their kids to get views because they're not so entertaining. And I personally, my mission statement for my channel is that I just want to connect with everybody that watches me. You guys will notice anytime somebody likes my videos or shorts or comments on my videos or shorts, I always comment back. And I've received the comment before, like telling me, you don't need to engage with every single person that's negative, which is true. Whether the comment is a good one or a not so nice one, I feel like that person took the time to leave that comment for me to see. So because of that, I always like to respond, whether it's good or bad. I always like to give people the same courtesy that they give me. If they stopped on my video, they commented, they liked it, I'm always going to, be thankful. I'm always going to comment back. That's just the person that I am. And I know that my personality is very different, maybe not made for like the hateful side of YouTube, but I can only be and do what is authentic and true to me. And so that's where I'm at right now. And I think I'm okay with that. I want you guys to feel like I see you and I hear you. I want to really connect with my audience on every level that I can. Anyone and everyone is welcome on my channel. I love you all. Thank you all for your support and watching my videos. I just want you guys to know that your comments and your likes and views, I see it all. And I'm very thankful for it all. And I thank all of you guys for watching my videos, for supporting me by liking them, for commenting. Everything means a lot to me. So thank you so much for everything that you guys have blessed me with. All of these subscribers, all my new subscribers now that I have due to my silly shorts that I always do on TikTok, and everybody's welcome here in this space. So thank you guys so much for tuning in for another new episode of Tracy's Talk, and I will see you next Wednesday.